You're listening to the All Burgundy and Gold Everything Commanders pregame show powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia, the Washington Commanders are in Dallas ready to take on their heated rivals, the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Wole and I'm joined by my guy, George. What's good, George?
Feeling good. It's a beautiful Sunday here. It's not weather ain't too bad. I'm ready for some Washington football, even if I'm not feeling confident about us today.
You're not feeling confident? Come on, George.
Mm-mm.
Come on. When you got JD5, you should always be confident.
Yeah, when you got Joe Witt, what do you got?
Oh man, hey, sometimes when you got, but some guys are JD5 is the guy kind of guy that I feel like can kind of even can can play even with that situation, play to a high level with it, even with that situation. So I mean, when you got one of them, you should always have hope. That's my belief. So I'm always when he's back out there, I always have hope. All right, but before we talk about this game, we got to knock out some logistics. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and Go Everything. You can also tweet us at ABG underscore everything. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at ABG underscore everything. We also have an All Burgundy and Gold Everything Facebook page. Hit that like button. And also, eventually we'll be streaming live there, but make sure you hit that like button on our Facebook page. Make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Gold Everything YouTube channel. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. All super chats will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. Our pregame is also being streamed on the Urban Sports Scene X handle as well. All right, here's the rundown. We'll chat with Bowie TV's Commanders reporter Candi Waller. She'll be joining us live from AT&T Stadium. We'll talk about the Commanders defense versus the Dallas Cowboys defense, which is a whole different matchup. I think that's a key matchup. We'll also talk about the keys for our Commanders victory and provide our predictions. Then finally we'll give you our fantasy football selection for the day, which is a Commanders fantasy football selection. All right, but right now, live from the press box at AT&T Stadium, we got Bowie TV's Commanders reporter Candi Waller. What is going on, Candi?
Hey there, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. How you doing, Candi?
I'm good. I'm good.
We're glad to have you on. How is this scene in Dallas? Like, are we seeing a lot of Commander fans in the stadium?
When did they get in here? They just opened the doors like
They did.
a little bit, so maybe we just won't see them yet. But
Okay.
I know there's a lot of Commander fans here.
Yeah, I know. I've seen a lot of my friends are out there. It's like once the Dallas game comes out there, the DMV tends to go to Dallas to travel, especially since this team especially since the Commanders are a respectable football team again.
Yeah, it's actually, and of course, right? The Cowboys made this is their homecoming weekend. This is their alumni weekend. So there's a
Oh,
ton of Cowboys legends here today.
it's their weekend. Oh, it's their
Yeah,
alumni. Okay, it's homecoming. Okay, that's see there. I
it's
didn't
the
know.
homecoming for
Usually those
them.
kind of games get real spicy. I won't lie to you. They get real spicy. Because it's like you're kind of
Like
being a
it
little,
would be this one, but
yeah.
it's their
Yeah.
homecoming
That
game.
makes you feel good. That makes me feel kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. That makes you feel better. It does. I know when we used to do it, it used to be the negative thing against us. And I've seen it. I remember in the past they did it to us once, and it used to be negative for them as well. So I kind of like it. But Candi, we always ask you the same question. What are some of the notable actives and inactives?
Well, active is
Yeah.
Sam Cosmi.
Yeah.
Active is Sam Cosmi. Dorrance Armstrong active.
He's active. Okay, that surprised me.
He's
Okay.
active. Zach Ertz is active. Everybody else other than like Devo, right, who was
Yeah.
injured, or who is injured and did not make the trip. Everybody else is active. I'm assuming. They elevated from the practice squad. I can't even remember now. Sheldon Day. And I should remember who else. Brandon Coleman is inactive again.
He's inactive. That kind of sucks.
Jonathan Jones,
Active.
active.
Good. These are good. These are good signs.
Jonathan Jones, active. Robbie Chosen is active.
Wow. Okay. Chosen.
Cosme and Sheldon Day. And then they released Jalen Holmes over the weekend.
Yeah,
So
I know. Yeah, I know.
we'll see if they bring him back. But yeah, I mean,
interest.
Kane Madrano and Ali Kehoe are inactive again as well.
All right, so Debo is officially rolled out.
Oh, I can't hear.
You hear me? You hear me? Debo was ruled out officially earlier. So what? How do you expect that to influence Washington's offensive game plan with Debo being out?
It must be a lot of running going on today.
Okay.
You must see a bit more running, a lot more tight end work
Mm-hmm.
as well. It'll be interesting because of Felix and Beck.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting because, and this is one of the things that I asked Coach Bobby Ingram, the wide receivers coach, with Luke and Jalen getting the return work,
Mm-hmm.
how does that balance out on offense? So, we'll see, how that happens. But expect a lot from the run today. That is what I'm assuming and expecting. But when they do have to go the receiver route, I'm expecting a strong showing. I think they're expecting the receivers to win their matchups, um, as well as the tight ends. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll be an interesting day, for certain. Because it's kind of like is either defense, right? Cowboys or Commanders could get right today,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
right? It could be, everybody's been, dogging the Cowboys defense, and it's like, okay, but this is the day that they could get it together
Mm-hmm.
because you feel like you don't have
You guys.
your top three receivers.
Yeah.
Your number one receiver for today is actually your number four.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, George, you can go out. You can.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to ask to build on that because I remember back in the preseason, you said it, Cliff said it, talked about how deep the running back room was, and it proved to be correct. Do you get the sense from Bobby Ingram that there's a lot of they're starting to believe in these other guys, even though they're not the number one receivers, and that now is now is the time for them because okay, no McLaurin, no Debo. This is a big game on the road in a rivalry game. This is a chance to make your mark. What kind of confidence do you think Cliff and the staff have in these receivers to step up and do the job today?
I think they kind of coach these guys all the same, right? So whenever you have your moment, it should be a moment, whether you're the number one receiver or the four receiver. But
Mm-hmm.
I think we, have to be realistic, and your 1 to 3 is out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to your question though, George, I don't think Coach Ingram or anybody is like, oh well, then that means you have to step up. No, that means you need to do what you've been coached to do,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which is a different message, right? We look at it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they don't,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because of stuff like this. Because how can you? Because then that means you would treat people differently, or it's a different situation, or whatever. They're down 3 receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be showing improving. Are they doing anything any different than what, to the question about Coach Ingram? No. This is their this is what they've been doing. This is their expectation. These are some of the things, right, that they've all seen in practice that they need to see happen on game day.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably more surprised by things that don't happen on game day because they happen in practice and they have been all summer, and throughout the regular season. So it's just they know how they're coaching them. The expectation is you do what you've been coached to do.
Cam, the homie Cam, what's going on? Cam has a question. Says, is the new receiver from the Titans we got active this
I don't
week?
know. Well, he was signed to the practice squad.
Yeah.
So
He's like, yeah.
I was kind of waiting to see if he was going to be, but that's kind of quick,
Yeah.
So since he was just here Friday,
Yeah.
so I'm assuming he's just still in the practice squad, and there was
course.
no mention of him being elevated. So
I figured. Yeah, I figured. It was so soon. That'll be kind of hard to have him ready this week. So going back to the situation. Going back to this team, and you talked about it a little bit, but it is a matchup, right? We talk
Mhm.
about two defenses which are struggling. Do you feel like that's a matchup? You talk about use your clues. Is that a matchup to see like which defense will prevail? Like because it's basically on either defense. These offenses are good offenses, regardless of the fact, regardless of if Debo or Terry's out there or not. On the Dallas side, you see what Dak has been doing this season, and he's gotten healthier with having CeeDee Lamb and we've seen how George Pickens has played in CeeDee Lamb's absence. So these are heavy tasks for both defenses. So do you feel like this game is going to be won by one of these defenses?
I mean, they don't have to be, or else you're going to get into a shootout with Dak Prescott. And I don't think anybody wants to get into a shootout with Dak Prescott right now. Like, he's playing very, very well. I don't care what team he plays for. I'm just not going to do. I'm just not going to do biased journalism.
Facts.
He is playing his behind off right now, and they got something to be mad about this week too, right? They lost to the Panthers. They've experienced some tough losses here in this building. So it's alumni weekend, and what better weekend for them to show improve than in front of their legends, in their home crowd, in their home space. This will be a tough matchup for the Commanders defense. I think it's tougher for the Commanders defense, honestly, than it is for the Cowboys defense.
I agree.
Because I mean, we Kevontae Turpin is back. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, as you mentioned, they have a really good running back as well. This is not an easy game for the Commanders defense at all. It is not. And so I think this is it. And they're, of course, they're dealing with their fair share of banged up players and on the defensive side of the ball. And so this is going to be one of those days where it's like, yeah, sure, we want them to show and prove, but we also got to be realistic. Dak over there killing it right now.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a tough day.
Yeah, Taj has a comment, not a question actually. He says, "I'm not too concerned, as I was reminded this week. We got one of them ones as an OC and Cliff. Cliff will have to scheme up these receivers, and Jayden can't turn the ball over like last week."
It has to be. One of the things that Coach Quinn has been talking about, and one of the questions I had with him to him is the inconsistency in complementary football. You have to play, if that's what you want your identity to be. It needs to be happening now. It's week 7.
Yeah.
So it needs to show improve this week. Again, this is not an easy game. No game is easy, but this is going to be tough, even with one of them ones.
Yeah.
On offense in a Jayden Daniels, because you still have to protect the football, and you still have to be getting into the end zone, scoring touchdowns and putting 7 up. Yeah. You need to be scoring touchdowns. These aren't days. I do not think this is a day that you need to be relying on Matt Gay, even though it's indoors. This is a touchdown day.
I mean, it would.
I was about to ask you about red zone efficiency.
Go ahead, George.
It feels like whoever doesn't get touchdowns and kicks field goals is absolutely going to lose.
Yeah,
I mean, I have Matt Gay on my fantasy team, so I'm not mad at it if he decides to kick some kicks. I have him on my fantasy team, so if Matt Gay wants to kick some kicks and help me win in this money league, go kick some kicks, Matty boy, go kick some kicks.
I have another question, Candi. I have another question for you about Lane and McCaffrey, because they've been so crucial in our special teams, and our special teams, especially in the return game, has been outstanding. I mean, are we still going to see them back there, or because of the fact that they're going to play so much receiver, we're going to see somebody else on these returns today?
I mean, you could possibly see someone else, because someone else has been taking reps with them.
Okay.
Since the summer. So I think I may have mentioned on the show previously who that someone else is. I won't do it today, but if you use your clues, I've said it before who the other person has been. And so we'll see if he goes back there today. We'll see, because today would be a day that he absolutely would go back there today. Which isn't, just not going to, that's ops. On nobody calling upstairs, like, Candi just said such and such been returning kicks. Yes. But
look, it's 3:30. They can't game plan for now.
You would be surprised. I learn something new every day. I learn something new every day around here.
I'm about to say Cowboys fan. They like, let's pull up.
Okay. But I mean, I'll tell you, Mikey Sarah's still been back there with them all summer.
Yeah,
all
Mike.
every
Mm.
practice. So
No, I
and then he
remember
did it
you
in college.
mentioning
Yeah,
that.
he
Yeah,
said
I've
that.
told y'all that before.
Hmm.
So we'll see because today would be a day if it were one. Um,
Yeah,
but they're relied on heavily. Jalen,
they are.
Jalen that was one
Jalen.
of Jalen's primary roles.
Yeah, he's
So
too good
you
at that
may
to take him off
see
on that.
right
He's too good
exactly.
for
So
that.
you
He's
may
too good.
see more. I don't know because we've been
Yeah.
waiting to see. But
Hmm.
now since all the injuries and what's gonna have to
Yeah.
happen here offensively, today could definitely be a Mikey Samuel day at return.
What about Ja'Cory? Is Ja'Cory he's active, right? Could he be utilized a little bit more
I
today?
have not seen Ja'Cory Brooks.
Yeah.
I have not seen where they elevated him.
Okay, because he played last week, didn't he? I just
Mhm.
wasn't sure. He played last week too, right? Um,
Yep.
so so Candy, going into like your normal, we like your segment, use your clues. I mean, it's about that time. Where are the clues? What should we be looking for today?
I mean, it's indoors, so if Matt Gay does have to kick a field goal, today will be a day that he
Okay.
will probably have a good day. I would be surprised if he didn't. But it's
Okay.
indoors, the roof is closed, the sun doesn't, at least not right now.
Yeah.
It seems to be in good favor in terms of sunlight.
Hmm.
You all heard me bring up a couple weeks ago Jonathan Jones. Jonathan Jones is
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Corner
Okay.
can help. We'll need to help because today could be a really rough one. So I think that is a big clue. Sam Cosmi is back today.
Yeah.
That lets you know the emphasis that's going to be on the run game as well. Um, Sheldon Day, I think being active
Oh, okay. What you
is
doing?
a clue as well.
Hmm.
There's going to have to be um, they're just going to have to be aggressive at the line of scrimmage.
Hmm.
This just goes back to you don't want Dak to score, get the football out of his hands.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go get the football out of his hands. The only way you're not going to get the Dallas offense running the numbers up
Hmm.
is if the Commanders go back to a lot of what we saw last season, and that is controlling the time of possession
Hmm.
and playing smart.
Agreed. I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
And special teams, hey, if Jalen, like whomever is the returner, can get one to the house, they're gonna have to run the numbers up today. They're gonna have to run the numbers up. They're gonna have to be aggressive in every way, shape, or form because the mood and the atmosphere is set for the
Mm,
Cowboys to win this football game. Like, let me be
mm,
very clear with you.
mm.
You know what I mean? So like there, I could say my own, we have inside jokes here, in terms of using our clues about certain things that be happening, and you'd be
Yeah.
like, well, the Commanders must gonna win this one because this is, we
Yeah,
just,
it's probably, I know exactly
and
what
so
it is. Yeah.
we get superstitious around here too,
Yeah, of course.
and the theory worked all
Yeah.
last season. Whenever
Yeah.
certain things would happen, we'd be like, oh, they gonna win. And
That's
then
right.
they did, like
Yeah.
literally every game. We don't know if that theory is gonna work so far this season.
Yeah.
Um, but if they needed a get right game, this will also be the first time that this staff and regime, if they don't win, would be under 500.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting, to see how everybody reacts to that.
Yeah.
If somebody's got to win and somebody got to lose. God forbid it ends in a tie.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like again, Washington's been in this situation where win, loss, win, loss. I mean, I'm superstitious. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss,
So it's like,
win.
okay, yeah.
So like I'm also superstitious. I'm
And
like,
another, like using your clues. I mean, hey, Jaden put the weight of Monday night's loss on himself.
yeah,
He publicly and privately put that loss on himself. So let's see what
yeah,
happens today in terms of his play and what type of time he's going to be on. But definitely take a good look at that offensive line. Deron Payne was noted as having an
yeah. I
illness.
saw that.
I
Yeah.
saw him during team arrivals. I do want to make a note of that too because you got to remember Eddie Goldman is back. So Eddie was
Yeah.
sick, then Ale was sick.
Hmm.
Now Deron is sick. I'm gonna mind my business on that one, but
Yeah.
all I'm saying is they sit by each other.
I do want to, folks talk about this individual all the time, like when he plays poorly, but he has been playing really well the last few weeks. And as Marshall Lattimore, like people always
He
mention him.
has.
When
It's
they
true.
mention him, when he gets fried, they never
You
mention
know what?
him playing. So
Thank you for saying that. I'm
it's
smiling
true.
because that's one of my people.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that because
Yeah.
I said, sometimes we really got to start looking at things from a perspective I look at snaps. I look at
Yeah.
snaps and I look at plays
Hmm.
based on the snaps. You haven't heard his name in the
At
last couple
all.
of weeks. You haven't even heard his name since the Falcons game. And so that's for
Facts.
good reason. When
Yeah.
you don't hear their name, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
Now, today could be a day you do. And I hope, and hopefully it's all for good things, right?
Hmm.
Because that George Pickens, I just don't want to see it.
Well, that
I don't want
matchup
to
is
see the,
very that
I don't want
that
to see
matchup
it.
is going to be very intense. Like Marshawn and George
Mm-mm.
Pickens is going to be a very
I don't
intense
want to see
matchup.
it. I
Well,
don't
it's going
want
to be
to see it.
intense because they both are
Well,
there.
one is a little bit more than the other,
Yeah, but they both have
but
one.
one ain't no sucker, and
Yeah,
one
exactly. That's what I'm
and the other
saying.
one is
Like,
just a
yeah,
bet.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Like, one don't back down and he gonna bring it back.
One is
Yeah,
got sense and
yeah,
a goon. The other one just ain't got none.
yeah, exactly.
So
It's a recipe. When we talk
yeah,
about recipes out here, it's a recipe.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
Well,
so
do you think the coaches are kind of in Lattimore's ear saying, "Hey, I know Pickens is going to get under your skin, but you don't want him getting tossed out of the game or anything like that, because we're
no,
going to need him out there."
I think they just expect for people to be men and mature.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of the conversations that we all have out here, they don't have those
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
they're in a different, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to get kicked out of the game ever. But if somebody does something stupid, they know. I mean, like if somebody does something whack to Jaden,
Yeah,
Cosby probably gonna get kicked out. Hell,
yeah,
No, I
they
understand
might
that,
kick
but
me
it's
out. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's football. It's intense. But there's not
Mhm.
like one more conversation that goes on than the other when they know who they're dealing with.
yeah,
Mikey is very. They played George Pickens last year when he was with the Steelers,
yeah,
so they're familiar with, as well as the whole league is familiar with his antics. But
yeah.
he's also playing
Oh,
extremely
he's playing
well
a high
right now.
level. He's playing a high level.
He's playing at a high level. So all attitude aside,
Yeah,
he is out there balling right now. And that was one of the things that people didn't think they were going to see. Right? Oh, he gonna end up da 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 da. Da.
yeah,
And what if he don't get the ball? Well, here's the thing about it. When he does get the ball, he does something with it.
yeah,
Okay. He has been phenomenal this season for the Cowboys. So I don't want to see necessarily that matchup, but we know we all know we're gonna see it.
yeah.
So um yeah, it'll be interesting, but that's why I used the clue of Jonathan Jones's back.
Yeah, and also I want to say, like, he got to, and he's a talent. He's always been a talented receiver, so it's not like
Absolutely,
emotional.
he
But
has
it's
been
like
talking all the
the
time
blessing
with
for him
the
is that CD got hurt and he got
yeah,
to get featured
and he
more.
got to
Like
get
because when they were both out there, like
it was hard.
I was saying this to somebody I had on the show from Texas, and we like the thing about it is that he got to be featured and he got to show folks that he is a number one wide receiver.
Hmm.
When CD was out, the interesting thing though with him is going to be because CD is back, and anybody who's
Hmm.
watched this team with CD,
Hmm.
this team
Hmm.
features CD. So I'm interested. I'm like, I'm just this is an overall discussion. I'm just interested to see how he reacts to not being the one anymore, going back to being the two. Because when CD's back, CD's going to be the number one. He is going to be
Here,
getting
here.
the share of targets. That's
Hmm.
just how Jack and CD are. That's been like that since CD's come to promise. Like he gets featured.
Hmm.
And so I'm interested to see how that works out, and especially watching how they defend that with CD back and that whole core now.
We'll have to remember and really pay attention to the fact that unfortunately the Washington Commanders have not played well against Dallas.
Good point.
Like this staff has not played well against Dallas. We have to remember that the
Yeah,
staffs are
that's
very
true.
familiar with each other. The players are very familiar with each other.
Very good point there.
So they lost the first time to Dallas. Dallas was mollywopping them at Northwest Stadium,
Yeah,
and then they
Mhm.
came back and they still didn't get. It wasn't enough. Wasn't
yeah.
enough
I
juice,
know you're saying.
and you
Jaden
know what
went
I
crazy in
mean.
the fourth quarter.
Right, and it just wasn't enough juice. And then remember, let's not forget, going back to the special teams point, we keep talking about returners, but the special teams cover team is going to have to be on point because
Mhm.
Cavante Turpin is who stole their dream of winning that game last year.
That's
It was
right.
him.
Yeah,
I mean, and Austin Cyber had something to do with it
He
too,
did that
but it was
spin
really
move.
him.
That's one of the
I
greatest
remember.
Absolutely,
spin
and then
moves I've
missed the
ever seen in
tackle,
my life.
and Ringo missed the tackle.
Yeah,
So going back to missed tackles, right?
yeah,
That's what happened at Northwest Stadium. If you go back then to the last game of the regular season, Jaden
yeah,
wasn't feeling too hot.
Yeah,
They took him out. He put Marcus Mariota in,
and he
but they
played well.
still had to score at the very last play that Terry
Yeah.
McLaurin down at the bottom of, or at the top of the end zone.
Yeah, I would say this like I know,
You know what
like
I'm saying?
you
So
know,
they haven't had
But
they haven't had a good
those
run
Cowboys
against the
had
Kings.
Micah, and these Cowboys
Well,
don't.
well, and that's the only thing that we'll see
yeah,
today
yeah,
is the
yeah.
difference there. But they didn't play well.
No, I didn't. And to your point, I use that as an example all the time. To me, if you're looking at Jayden's like
Hmm.
bad games,
Yeah,
like we're both against the Cowboys.
yeah.
He just got hot, like George
Hmm.
said. Like he was the majority of those games. It wasn't like George said the fourth. And I would make the argument like the fourth quarter game, like the Cowboys put their foot off the pedal, and
Hmm.
then
That's right.
allowing whatever because they felt
Yeah.
comfortable.
Absolutely
So
right.
to your point, Candy, like
Hmm.
yeah, they haven't been like they haven't looked great against the Cowboys, but yeah, obviously we get to see them without Micah now. So
You get to
we'll
see them without
without
Micah,
Micah, so we'll
but
get
they
a
still got a very strong receiver core.
oh yeah,
And
definitely.
and they also didn't have Dak
There you
when they
go.
played
That
them
too.
either. They
That
got
too.
Dak
They
today.
got attacked. This is the first game I think. Yeah, this is the first game that Dak and Jaden get to play against each other,
It
which is
is.
wild.
Right.
This is wild. So
It is.
Paul has a question for you, Candy. I don't want to act like I ignored it. He says, Candy, is there any clue that Witt is on shaky ground?
Not one of 14 that's at 500 and
Hmm.
dealing with these injuries and
Hmm.
players that's been out of position.
Hmm.
No,
Okay.
and I'm just keeping it a buck.
Hmm.
Like, it's hard to ding somebody when you got these injuries. It's hard to ding
Yeah.
somebody when you have these injuries and lack of execution.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, and the team is at 500. It's not like they're 0-6. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
like they're the Dolphins. Just saying.
Yeah. No,
No
I got
shots thrown.
you
You
were
know, it's
here.
not
They
that.
called a stray. The Dolphins just called a
That was a
stray. They
strike.
just called a stray. The Dolphins just called a stray.
The Dolphins called a stray
They
by
just called a
the.
stray. All
They
right.
did, but let's just be. I just want to be real in that way. You know,
Yeah.
they're at 500. If you see a
There's no
decline
panic. There's no
with
panic
no
yet.
other, no, there's absolutely this. Like they all said this last week. The sky isn't falling. It's not the end of the world. They got
Mhm.
some work to do. They wouldn't be saying that if that wasn't the case. So I wouldn't. Now after today, we'll see what happens with Kansas
Yeah.
City. Maybe, but that's
Yeah.
only off the strength of anybody gets hurt. While Dorrance Armstrong is playing today, keep in mind he is injured
Yeah.
and he did not practice all last week.
That is a hamstring injury.
I
I don't
want
know.
a hamstring injury ain't nothing to play with, y'all. I'm
No,
very
no.
nervous about this.
Yeah.
I'm very nervous about this because
Yeah.
again, I want to say it. You heard it here. He did not practice all last week.
I know. I don't know about that one. That was weird. I think a hamstring injury is like that's a wild one. I'm surprised he's
Mhm.
playing with it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, Katie, we always appreciate you being on. Before
Mhm.
we let
It's
you
not like
go.
they're the Dolphins. It's not like they're the Raiders. I'm looking at the screen.
Oh yeah, I'm taking
Well,
well, that's different. People need to be fired. Those head coaches need to be fired off that.
yeah.
That's different. That's a
There's
whole
something
different
else.
thing.
There's something else happening in the NFL. I tell you. All right.
Yeah. Katie, how can folks catch you on social and catch the great work of Bowie TV?
On X at CWall SE, everybody. You
Mhm.
can follow me everywhere else like Candy Waller. Make sure you're subscribed to Bowie TV, the Bowie TV YouTube channel. And if you're in Prince George's County, Maryland, and you have not cut your cable, you have Comcast, you can find Bowie TV on channels 190 and 1097. Bowie TV Sports, just follow all the things. Candy Waller, Bowie TV, and Bowie TV Sports, and you'll see all the great content.
Awesome.
And the
Hey,
Candi and Wole collaboration was wonderful this
Oh,
week.
did
If
you guys
y'all missed
enjoy that?
that, I'm sorry that y'all missed it. I was listening to that in the car while I was working. It was wonderful.
oh, it's yours.
We
Thanks,
had
man.
videos. Thank you so much. We had videos and stuff. I
Yeah.
always got to pull in my clues.
Yeah.
So I got plenty of clues. I've asked questions around October football this week. I don't know if y'all heard that question.
Mhm.
I asked Jaden about that, and he gave a really great answer. I asked Coach Quinn about, why the inconsistencies in complimentary football. I asked him about the Dallas Cowboys and the way he described them. So we'll see what happens today.
Definitely. Hey, well, folks, appreciate. Hey, Candy, appreciate you being on.
I
Hey,
Thank you,
love being
hopefully,
on here.
Candi.
hopefully,
Thank you so
man,
much.
hopefully it's a good. Hopefully something positive after
Hey,
this game.
listen. So far, our internal superstitions are working according to plan.
Okay, that's why I like to
If
hear
it
that.
doesn't,
I'm all
if
about
that's working,
superstition.
I might be frustrated, but hey, if it ends
Yeah.
up with them
look, I'm all for
winning, then I'll be like, well,
everybody who
the,
listens to me on
the
this show.
theory and the superstition lives on
Yeah.
another day.
Look, I'm
So
all for superstition, man. I live by it. I live by it. Hey,
yeah,
hey, Candy,
yeah.
thanks again.
All right.
All
Okay.
right.
See you
Thank you
guys.
so
Thank
much.
you. All right, bye.
Bye. Oh
By the
man,
way, while that was going on, Quinshawn Judkins scored another touchdown for
he
you,
did.
Wole.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. Because he had to offset this. Sorry, Justin Field. I was trying to get some rushing. I'm playing against someone like Jaden. I was like, let me get another running quarterback.
Unfortunately, the Eagles just scored another touchdown, so unless
Who
they go
scored
for
though? Who
2 and
scored it
don't get
though?
it,
Who
they're going to
scored it though?
win.
Who scored it though?
AJ Brown.
Yes, I got AJ too. Yes, yes, in the face, in the face. Yes. Sorry, y'all. Y'all hype. Y'all hype. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
I
Josh,
love
you
it.
got the only
I
people.
love
Hey, I ain't
it.
gonna lie to you. The only folks I don't pick up are like Giant. Well, yeah, Giant. Well, yeah, I'll pick up a Giant. I don't pick up Cowboys. The only people I don't pick up on fantasy. I don't pick up Cowboys. I can't. My.
I'm using a few Cowboys in daily fantasy today
I
because this
get you.
defense
Understand?
stinks.
Well, daily fan. That's money. That's a whole different beast, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
100 yards for Luke. All right, so let's go into it. We got in the chat. I want to respect the chat. Mike, 100 yards. Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie to you, Mike, man. Don't stop
I would
spamming me
love
with
it.
Luke. I mean, this be great. I ain't gonna lie to you. Stop spamming me with Luke stuff, man. Well, it sounds like Mike cheering for Luke. Hey man, look, I don't got Luke in those fantasy teams, so I ain't worried about that. I ain't playing. Oh, I need Jonathan Taylor.
Michael makes a good point about the Panthers, and they did do a good job against the run. They did do a good job against the run, but that didn't stop. I mean, Dallas still moved the football.
Yeah, we can stop
However,
the
they
run.
wanted
We're
to
gonna stop.
yards
I
last
think
week.
we're going to stop the run, Mike. I don't just think, but I think it's my concern is the air attack. I'm
I
not
mean, they run the
concerned.
ball better this year.
Yeah, they do.
Dallas.
No, they do. Because Williams has been good. I liked him in North Carolina. He's good. Williams is really good. I just don't really. I don't think that like stopping this team. I don't have concerns as much of the run stopping situation like we like it was last year. I think it has to be a particular type of running back. To be honest with you, that I fear. Like Devon, like Swift doesn't surprise me because he typically does well against Washington. Obviously what B. John did. So those type of backs, I'm kind of like, yeah, it is what it is. I think shifty backs will give Washington issues. That's if you want to, if you want me to even break it down even more, I think shifty backs will give Washington issues. Not those backs who in between the tackles, but the shifty backs who can do more. Like Saquon's going to be a very big test. Backs like that.
Shit.
Like that's where I'm at. It's more because the creativity of finding a hole and what to do when you get one-on-one rather than just simply run here's the lane, run this lane. It's the creativity of a back that kind of concerns me when it comes to Washington. But like you heard everything what Candi said, George. For me, like, yeah, I actually, I came into the season liking our secondary, liking our corners as a whole. I do like this now, regardless of how I feel about Mikey in the slot. I do prefer Mikey in the slot going against a CeeDee Lamb when they do that compared to like a Noah or anybody else. I just think like in years, it used to be a situation when they moved CeeDee Lamb in the slot, he would have guys like no knock on anybody, but who ain't here anymore. But he would have some bad corners checking him in the slot. I think this time,
Yes.
even if you want to put Jonathan Jones out there, like it's gonna be somebody who can play corner at a decent at a good level, or who has played corner at a good level at one point in time. So I do like the matchup with like Marshawn versus Pickett. Like I think that fits him better than say any other, because it's not like he's dealing with a speed dude. Pickett is a like a 4-5 type speed guy. Obviously, he's a guy who can make contested catches, but I'm not. I feel like it's a better matchup for Marshawn compared to other matchups in the past. And then and even if you get Trey out there, Trey Amos has played at such a high level. There's like, to me, that's something that you can, I'm cool with. You know what I mean? Like I'm comfortable with Trey. Obviously, he's been the best corner on the team. So I don't feel as scared in terms of our back end. The safeties, I think, are more of the issues, to be real with you. And they got to play better. But I don't think that I'm not as concerned. Yeah, I'm not as concerned. Yeah, Taj, like Gibbs is going to concern me. Like those are the matchups to me that are going to concern me.
And I'll tell you this is about Javonte Williams. I'm concerned about him catching the ball out of the backfield.
You can do that too. Yeah,
because I think we could see a lot of that from Dallas today. Because if our corners do play well and they actually do a half decent job on Lamb and Pickens, Javonte Williams out of the backfield is going to be a problem, and Jake Ferguson in the tight end going to be a problem.
Jake Ferguson's
been cooking this year. He's
Yeah,
been really good.
No, Ferguson is good. But I'm like, that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not at like I'm gonna say I'm concerned. I'm definitely concerned. Like you got one of the best. Like Dak is playing at MVP level. Like to what Candi said, we can't just because he's a Dallas Cowboy, we can't be disrespectful. Like he's been playing quarterback,
dealing.
Yeah, dealing. He's playing at such a high level, so that's a concern. Like that's definitely a concern. But yeah, we can. I feel like if those guys, I think this is a game just like when we played the Detroit Lions last year, in the playoffs, and that was a concern, right? How can we stand up against that passing offense and Gibbs or whatever? But they got turnovers. I think this is the game where I feel like that is a thing. Like this got to be a game where the Commanders get turnovers. All right, like this got to be the game.
At least one in the red zone. If they get one red zone turnover to stop them scoring, that might be enough.
Yeah, and George, you're concerned about like Jayden putting so much pressure on himself to play well because after what happened on Monday night, do you have any concerns with that?
I mean, a little because Jayden he's not a perfectionist in the negative way, but he is a perfectionist. Yeah. And Jayden believes that he shouldn't be making any of these kind of mistakes.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I mean that interception, I had a different view than a lot of other people, and I because I thought he was he'd fake the throw to the running back to try to get Brisker off that spot, and thought he got him off of there, and he didn't. But Jayden doesn't make throws like that, and the fumbles. We talked about that.
Yeah,
I'm not concerned about Jayden because mentally, again, he's up here. His mentality is so good, and it's been such a winning mentality from the moment that he stepped foot here. He's the guy he's always going to bounce back from not playing well, and he hasn't had a lot of bad games, to be fair. But let's think of this. We were talking about how he struggled against Dallas both times. The next week after they played Dallas both times, he played well. One of those being a playoff game in Tampa, where he was an absolute maestro for them, especially down the stretch and winning that game for us. So I'm not worried about Jayden bouncing back at all. Again, all my worries are, can we get 2 or 3 stops to win this game, honestly? Or can we stop them in the red zone and make them kick field goals? Because if we do, I think we're going to win.
Well, man, my guy, my man Mike says, to be honest, Wale, I'm not going to expect a win, so I'm just going to focus on Witt and his play calls.
I'm with him. I'm with Mike on that. This is Joe Witt's got to figure something out because again, you're going to see it all. Not just the tight end and the running back.
What's going on, Matt?
The whole stack receiver thing. We're going to see all the hits today, and it's like it's time to figure this mess out.
I mean, look, man. Everybody knows how I feel about Joe Witt, man. So I don't complain about him anymore. No, I don't. Like, you know why? Because
what Candi said. Rest of us do now.
Yeah, no, it's what Candi said. Like, we've seen this because this is the thing. I noticed this. Like, all the and I've heard the reporters say this about like this coaching staff, and everybody has an infatuate. Like, they like this coaching staff a lot. You know what I mean? So it's hard for them to say anything negative about this coaching staff. And I get it. Like, it is what it is. But there are clues too of what is being said by a lot of the reporters that we have on our show. Is that like, you know what? The defense, it is what it is. You know what you got. It's been consistently this way. So that lets you know already what the mentality is already, right? About this coaching staff, about this defense. And unfortunately, when you run it, when you are the head of a defense, you get all the flack. Like, you get all the talk about it. No one cares about injuries.
You get the smoke.
Yeah, you get all the smoke. No one cares about injuries. Nobody cares about, hey, maybe this player should be playing better. You're the coach. It falls on you. That's how it always been. Like, that's why head coaches lose their jobs. Because they'll be like, they won't be like, that player didn't listen to me or this, that, and the other. So it is what it is. So whenever I see out of Joe Witt, period, like, I see it. I've seen it already. And the thing is, when it happens, I can't be surprised because we've seen this consistently, right? The only thing that will surprise me if if he's gone and something else happens with another coordinator, right? But him in the helm, if something negative happens, I'm not surprised. Now, if something positive happens, and I'm like, like anything, I'm gonna be hopeful that he's grown as a coordinator or grown as a coordinator. The players have gotten better in the system. I don't know. It is what it is. But to this day, I'm not gonna. At this point, I'm not going to be redundant anymore. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know what it is. We knew how you felt about B Rob too. How did that turn out? Well, like, what you mean? How I felt about B Rob? What did I feel about before B Rob? Like, what you talking about? Joe Witt? Are you trying to say I'm a Joe Witt supporter? I'm trying to understand what you're talking about.
No, he's just giving you. He's just.
Oh, I know
he's
that.
just
Like, I know what
giving
he's
you stick.
doing. Look, bro. Like,
Yeah,
look,
he's
man.
giving you.
Mike, you've
giving
been
you a
wrong
little.
on here a lot. So, you know what I'm saying? We know how you look. You've been wrong a lot, and I've been cool. Oh,
No,
I know you want to
but
come.
Michael.
That's not what I'm saying.
I mean,
Do you not? Is he not
Willie's
listening
already
to
said
me?
all that before.
Yeah, are you not
He's just
listening to me,
tired of
Mike?
saying it.
Are you not listening to me, Mike? I'm just telling you, I'm not I'm not gonna repeat myself anymore about him. Like you're you're late to the game with Joe Witt. Like I've been saying it for a while. Like I've been consistent. I said this last year. FYI. I was like, I got questions about Joe Witt last year. That's all I'm saying. Now everybody now a lot of folks are jumping on the bandwagon. I said a lot of this last year. Just saying. You can ask Paul, Taj, everybody. I've said this. I've said this last year.
I mean, and Glenn, who's not here, was one of the first ones that was kind of putting Joe Witt under heat.
Well, I said like against the run because I didn't like how they didn't stop the run.
Yeah, I'm the last one on that one.
Nah,
that's not necessary, Michael.
Oh no, actually he's wrong, but I don't care because I'll tell you like when I'm wrong, I come out here and tell you I'm wrong. I don't tell you I'm wrong a lot. I tell you I'm right a lot, but when I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong. You want how many times you see full screen, buddy? A lot.
That's true. That's right.
A lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot. I'm the one that told you that Terry was gonna get that money. You said he wasn't. You said he wasn't. Think about that. But I don't call that. And I'm just saying
he just needs to get healthy.
God dang it. And I even said like injury was like, I mean, I was like, you're gonna get your money before you get hurt. I'm the one who said that too. Guess who was right? I'm just telling you, man. I full screen that too. I full screen that too. You know what I'm saying? When Mike, I believe you were part of the brigade last year that was clowning Terry last year too. I was right though, because he ended up having a career year. But you was wrong.
Yep.
Don't forget, if you don't catch receipts, bro. I'm not the one.
Say, and we know always got receipts on
I'm
a
the
lot
one.
of people.
I'm not. Look, Luke McCaffrey's having a look. Watch. You've been semi-correct about Luke McCaffrey, but at the end of the season, I want you to give me his stats at the end of the year, right? Because you making him like he a Pro Bowler. So at the end of the year, if Luke McCaffrey don't get 500 yards as a wide receiver, come back at me. Then come back to me. We can have this discussion again. He should be Luke should be at 200 yards right now. He should be. He should be at 200 right now. He should be. Because he doesn't get like 100-yard games. He gets like 50-yard games, right? Look. He made. Look.
That would be really bad. That would be really
score,
bad.
Yeah. Y'all really into this? Oh, yeah, because the Eagles. That's why.
Yeah, Hawkinson touchdown.
Hawkinson, damn, I have him on my bench on fantasy.
That helps me in a couple fantasy.
I have him on my bench, Mike. I have him on my bench. Actually, I'm killing this.
What a catch, though. Golly, Moses. He flew through the air like Superman and caught that.
I love Hawkinson, though. I do like Hawkinson. He's got to get healthy, though. He got to get real healthy. That's good, man. If Carson Wentz can find him, I mean, actually, I just want Carson to halfway play good, and then he can get so my man JJ can get his job back because I think they're about to bench my man JJ. All right, so
I don't think there's anything you got to worry about there. I don't think JJ's going to have to worry about Wentz putting him to the bench.
So George, who do you think who's your X factor for this game?
My X factor for this game is going to be the defensive front four, because the only way we're going to stop this team is to dadgum get Dak in trouble, get Dak on the ground. Oh, GLT Solutions. I am using Luke in a few daily fantasies. If that would happen, I would be crying tears of joy if that happened.
I think
but for me, the X factor.
Go ahead.
The X factor is the front four, or any blitzing linebacker who happens to get in there. They have to get Dak on the ground, or they have to at least make Dak throw the football away. That's what's got to happen. You right now, and I know you've talked about Amos and Lattimore playing better, but we're not stopping people. We're really struggling, and we've just talked about how well Dak's playing. Cannot let him just stand back there and pick this team apart.
My X factor for this game is my man Chris Rodriguez, man. Like they need this guy go back. They gotta go back to like the running the ball. They gotta go back to run the football and by committee. Don't put all the pressure on Bill. And then like when then focus. Bill should get should get the most of the other three in terms of carries, but they gotta split it judiciously. But with Bill getting more of the carries, run this dude, man. Run this dude. And utilize him, man. Let him be the hammer. Get this team tired. Because the most important thing for real isn't about receivers. The real, which is not receivers. He's playing this ball control game. The ball control game and how you control the football is definitely running the football. And we saw that with this team last year. And that's with Jaden. With Jaden running the football. With Chris Rodriguez. With McNichols. With Bill. Like, run these dudes and then take advantage of it with Jaden them or play action. Like, that will definitely get guys open like a Luke McCaffrey. Jalen Lane will get one-on-one. I'm hearing that they're going to try to play man with these receivers. I think Jalen Lane is a man buster, like with a guy with that type of speed. So I'm just like, in this situation, if they want to spy Jaden, this is the best way to do it, to go about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I think that's so funny that they're talking about spying Jaden because it's like you could do that with Micah because Micah was a freak and they don't have anybody like that. So I think that's going to work this time.
The linebacker, was it Olashawn? I think he's coming back. He's fast too.
Okay. But they have been getting run on by everybody.
Yeah, he's not played. Well, no, you're right. I'm not saying they can't. Yeah. Like they're getting healthier on defense. Okay. But I don't know. But to your point. They still they've been bad at it. So I don't know how that's going to change. It's not like to your point. It's not like getting Micah back, right? So I get what you're saying, George. It's not like getting Micah back. Zach Ertz, I like that as an X factor. I do. Mm-hmm. Y'all know my.
No, absolutely. I mean, this is going to be a good game for him. This should be a good game for him.
Has Luke hit 100 yards yet?
Not in a game, no.
All right.
Not in a game, no. But he's playing well, and I hope he gets. I want to see him get a lot of targets today. I want him and Lane getting 5 or 6 targets each. To be perfectly honest today, because I don't trust Chris Moore. So
I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, Chris Moore is probably starting, y'all. Y'all have to that's the thing that kills me. Y'all know Chris Moore is starting, right? Like y'all know he's been starting.
I mean, but it's like I'm sick and tired of these drops. And the first time he drops a pass. Out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
the other guys in.
Don't want to hear
he does want to hear the facts, Michael. It's frustrating that you've seen these other guys deliver, and you've seen Chris Moore drop not just 1 or 2 passes, several of them.
But I'm not lying though.
In key situations.
Hey, Michael.
And if this coaching staff if he does it again, and his coaching staff lets him do it, I'm just gonna lose it. You know,
hey, Mike, am I lying though? I ain't lying though. Like he don't.
No, he's not. I mean, Chris Moore probably will start.
Who was starting last? Who started besides Debo last on Monday?
No, it's Chris Moore.
Who started before that with Debo?
Yeah, I mean,
why are we like surprised? I'm not we. I'm saying when everybody says that somebody's starting, truth be told, Chris Moore is starting. So the other maybe Luke is starting on the outside, but Luke is supposed to be a slot, right? Am I correct? He's a slot dude. So who's gonna be on the outside? Who's the other outside receiver? Probably Jalen Lane. So Luke will be on the inside.
No, that's fine. I want to see the targets go to the right people.
You want to know who started? All right, I'm gonna tell you who started. I'm gonna hurt everybody's feelings. This is who started. I'm not gonna hurt your feelings. I mean, it's all relative in terms of starting to be honest with you. The outside receivers will probably be, in my opinion, now I could be wrong, and I could definitely be wrong. I think you'll see a lot of, and if you can count how many times it's used, you'll see more on the outside, Lane on the outside, and Luke on the inside. Because you're not really worried about, let's be real, you're not really putting Luke on the outside trying to beat somebody one-on-one. Cool thing that Trayvon Diggs is out, so with a concussion, which is wild. He had a concussion at home, which is a wild concussion.
And man, it sounds like the Cowboys and the fans might be done with Trayvon Diggs too. People are not happy. That was all over my social media this week.
Trayvon, that was kind of interesting.
And didn't they just give him a contract like a year ago?
A couple years ago before he tore his knee out? Yeah, before he blew his knee out.
Oh God! And they gave the other corner. They gave the other DB who's struggling big money too, and he's not doing well.
You talking about the one that got all the interceptions, right?
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, man. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, that's Dan Quinn. He played well with Dan Quinn. He hasn't played well.
Yeah, I tell you, that Dallas defense is in a world of hurt, and they're going to be in a world of hurt trying to rebuild it.
George? What's your big matchup for today? Like, what's your big matchup?
My big matchup is Jaden Daniels against that front seven, in the sense that what you said. If these guys are really going to turn their back and play man and run around, Jaden Daniels, when he has a chance to run, has got to do it. Jaden Daniels with his legs, because we know he can do great with his arm, but he doesn't have the weapons that he normally's got, all that. Jaden Daniels with his leg could kill these Cowboys today. I'll say this. It's not really that far out of the realm of possibility that Jaden could run for 100 today. That's what I'm telling y'all right now.
Mike, I'm going to let you know this, bro. You my guy.
Don't be comparing anything.
No. It's not even that. Like, this is how much I like you. This is how much I really like you. Don't ever compare yourself to Stephen A. Smith, because that dude is trash as a human being. So don't.
Skip
Mike.
Bayless
I'm not even. I don't even. Skip Bayless is a. He's a hustler. That's a hustle. I'm not going to acknowledge that. I'm not going to acknowledge Skip Bayless. I know what time he's on. That's a hustle. That's taking advantage of situation.
Yeah, that Travis Hunter stuff this week, though.
I'm not even. But I'm gonna tell you, Mike. Stephen A. Smith. Nah.
And Stephen A. Smith's a fellow HBCU guy.
Yeah, I know. Mike, you ain't. Mike, you too cool to be Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah. Well, he could be young, because we all could be young at this point.
Yeah, like Uncle's like, man, it can't be yet. I mean, Uncle, Shay different, but Shay cool. But but I'm not gonna put no Stephen A. Yeah. I'm not gonna put you.
That is slanderous.
Mike, you too cool to be Stephen A. I'm not even talking about me, bro. You too cool to be Stephen A. Smith. All right, so, but yeah, back to that. All right, the Cosme being back. How huge is that, bro?
Oh, it's again.
Oh, nah.
The timing of it. The timing of it with Wiley struggling last week, and just and the fact that we had some struggles running the football. Sam Cosme in the run game, and especially against the defense that's struggling as much as that front seven is. Cosme in the run game is going to be huge, because you're going to. I mean, I assume we're going to see him pulling, and we're going to see him road grading on some people, and it could be a really good day for all three of our running backs and our running quarterback, if that's the case, and that's fine with me. Look, if we're carrying the ball 30 times today, and if you throw Jaden in 35 times between Jaden and our three running backs, then we're probably winning this game, maybe even convincingly.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that Jaden, I think having Cosby back is essential. I think it's everything this team needs. Like having him in the run game, I think he's definitely an X factor. And pass pro, running that football, especially against the Cowboys unit that hasn't been good against the run. To your point, George, I think having him out there. And how motivated he is. He's a UT grad. He's going back to Texas. Like, he wants to show out. I think having him back is huge, to be honest with you. And again, he doesn't have to see Micah Parsons and company, so he should be fine, to be real with you. I love it. I love it. GLT Solution says this is huge. You'll be interested to see what kind of impact he will have on the game. I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what kind. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, definitely. I know what you meant. But yeah, like I think he'll be very impactful in this game. I am ecstatic to have this dude back. I've been waiting for having Sam Cosby back. I want to redshirt him, but hey, y'all telling me that he good, then I'm with it. If he out there, I can only expect that he'll be good. Because he's one of the best guards in the NFL when healthy. He's got that mean streak, and I think this team needs a guy with a mean streak. They've been real finesse of late. They need to be like mean. Cosby plays well against it. He does, man. He does. Having a fast start is, definitely having a fast start.
And, other people have been bringing this up. Let me bring it up to you. Maybe this is actually a day to take the ball first and score.
Oh,
and
but you know what? Because that's a good, because with pressure, right? It puts the pressure on them, right?
Well, and I'm normally always defer. You want that ball in the second half.
Yeah.
But honestly, the only time this defense has played well this year is when we've had a lead. We're really good at front running. It'd be nice to front run from the start instead of, God, we're down nothing again. We're down 14-0 again.
You know, I got to stop having the premise of we have the same offense we had last year. Because if it was the same offense we had last year, I would say no. I would still keep the same thing going. Because we were really good with double dipping. Like we would score at the end of the half, and then we would score to start the half. But we haven't done that this year. You haven't done that this year, so maybe we should. Because last year was something special. Last year we were taking advantage of that. We haven't.
Oh, you're not kidding. That's the other thing about this year that's been so strange is they were so good in the 2-minute drill last year, and it's been the complete opposite this year.
Yeah, exactly. So we would get a field goal to end it, and then we get a touchdown to start it, or we get a touchdown to end it, we get a touchdown to start it, or a field goal to start it. We would always double dip. We would double dip. So if we were down, all of a sudden we were up, and we had all the momentum in the second half. So yeah, you're right, George. Yeah, maybe we should get the ball back first because the defense is better when they have a lead.
I mean, I know if we win the toss, we won't do that. So I'm kind of hoping we lose the toss and Dallas defers.
Oh yeah, they'll definitely defer.
I think Philadelphia's just finished Minnesota off. This is going to kill me. I left Hurts and Devontae Smith on my bench today, and Smith's going to have like 190 yards receiving or something.
AJ Brown, man, thank you. I'm like one thing.
That's right. It wasn't Devontae Smith. This was AJ Brown with the big catch.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, buddy.
He roasted that court.
Yeah, because look, I told you, look, man. When I was telling folks about, and their defense has been good this year, but I'd be like, their defense has been solid. But like again, they don't have Minnesota Vikings aren't spectacular on defense in terms of talent.
No, they don't have. They don't
have corners. They don't even have corners, bro. Like that's what I'll be telling folks about when anybody asks me about Joe Witt. I'm like. Come on now. A lot of we need to go to. I'm with that, Mike. I'm with this, Mike. A great point. Tempo. Come on, let's go tempo. All right. So your keys for a Commanders victory, just real quick.
One red zone turnover, or we force Dallas to kick like 3 field goals today. Because I think if we're stopping them in the red zone and they're kicking field goals, we're going to win. That's 1. And 2. As I just said, between Jaden and our 3 running backs, 35 rushing attempts. Run this damn football down this terrible front seven's throat, just caveman style if you got to. And again, use them all. Yeah. McNichols should get carries. C-Rod should get carries. You don't want to overload Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt at this point because you after last week with the fumble, you do have to worry about him. And if overused, and that's something Deluxe, I don't know if he's still in the chat. He flagged up last week. And I think he's got a point that maybe you've got to be a little careful with the JCM touches at this point. Yeah. So those are my big keys today.
Man, win the turnover battle. Last, when you saw how critical it was against the Chicago Bears. Win the turnover battle. And just, man, like, play with an edge. Like this team is doing, like I always say this, man. They made you their homecoming game. I didn't know that till Candi said it. They chose you.
Alumni weekend for us.
They chose you. They chose you to be the homecoming game. Know what that means?
I remember a pretty famous Monday night where they did that and they regretted it.
Yeah. Do you know what that means? That means like they think that you easy money. They think you sweet.
They think you're trash.
They think you're
They
trash.
think you're
They think
trash.
they can beat you. Like, if I put you on my homecoming schedule, forget like the rivalry. They feel good that they can waltz their star players out there, and it's a good day. Like, it's a good day. It's going to
And the only other side of that is they also only do it if you're like the best team and they want to kind of get a big crowd.
But they're not viewing us as the best. This ain't it. They've opened the schedule. They said, like, yeah, it's a rivalry game, whatever. But nah. Look, anytime, I don't care what it is. I ain't gonna lie. You put me on a homecoming type, man, that's an insult. That's an insult to me. So if I'm in that locker, if I'm in that locker room, I'm talking to my teammates like they think we soft. They think we can't hang. They think we can hang. They think they can do that to us on home. They think we're a homecoming team. Nah. That's what I'm like, nah. Y'all got the wrong ones right there, buddy. Oh, no. Let me fix that. You got the right ones because we got the attitude for it. You got the right ones for it. So no. If I'm Joe Witt, I'm grabbing face masks. I'm like, yo, they treating us like we the homecoming mob. Well, we're the ones that make you feel good. We Holly Berry out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how they treating us. Nah, can't do that. So that's for me, that's a thing. Like, you got to have intensity in this game. Like, it's Commanders, Cowboys, Redskins, Cowboys. Like, yeah, that's a whole different thing. That's a tradition. That's a vibe. That's everything. But no. You treating us like we second-class citizens. Nah. No, we need to embarrass them and make their guys be like, why'd you invite us? Why did you invite us to this? Like, why?
It would be so great.
You know what I mean? Why? I want Michael Irvins to crash out. Like, I want him to crash out. You know what I mean? That's what I want.
Yes.
I want Troy Aikman, if he's in the building, I know he got to do a Monday night game. I want him to crash out. Oh, it's Dallas 33-14. Defense is trash. All right, Scott.
Oh, it's going to be a pleasant Monday if that happens, brother. Oh, man.
Got to put all right. So my prediction and score. So give me your prediction, George.
Well, last year, Wole, you picked the ops and it worked to a fairly well.
Yeah.
Paul tried it. It worked for 1 week. It didn't. But then
I didn't know. It didn't work for Paul at all. It didn't work for Paul at all.
Okay, I thought Paul tried it 1 week and it worked.
He just did it once and it didn't work. That was it. It was the Bears game. He did it for the Bears game. That was it.
Okay, well, I'm going to do it this week. I'm going to pick the ops. I don't like doing it because, unfortunately, I think this will be a shootout.
Okay.
I think there's going to be points aplenty. Mm-hmm. So I have 38-35 Dallas.
Okay. I got it 37-30 Washington. Got 37-30.
Whoever has the ball last wins. That's my scenario.
I believe that too. But you know what? All that to be said, typically, because we all feel that way, watch it be a defensive struggle.
Honestly, I don't want to see him lose. But if it was a defensive struggle, and I could at least hope this defense was going to turn things around, I could take that a lot better than losing with the scoreline that I've got.
Got you. So yeah, give me your George. Give me your fantasy player for the day.
This is a tough one because it's like there's three guys that I really like in this game, but I'm gonna say Zach Ertz.
Okay.
Again, those linebackers are not good. And Zach Ertz ought to fry them today. I know he doesn't get a lot of yak, but especially in the red zone, Zach Ertz ought to eat. By the way, Eagles do win 28-22, just went final.
That's okay. I saw it. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. That's you got Zach Ertz?
Yeah, Zach Ertz.
Give me shoot. All right, that's you, Jalen. I'm going Jalen Lane. I've been gassing him up all week.
That was one of the guys I was thinking about.
I've been gassing Jalen Lane all week, man. I think Jalen Lane. I think this is the come out party for Jalen Lane. I think this is the come out. There's no Debo. There's no like. Now you can run those plays for Jalen Lane, those wide receiver screens for Jalen Lane, and see if he can like take it to the house. I think Jalen Lane can be utilized in so many different ways now. Like they were using Debo a certain way, but now you have it with speed and elusiveness, and a guy that if you're not fitting that right lane or you're in the wrong lane, he's gonna take it. No pun intended. He's gonna take it to the house. So like I think it's gonna be a Jalen Lane game. I really do. Mm-hmm. Commanders 35-31. What did my man Mike say? Well, I hope he does ball out after the fumble. I think he'll be motivated.
So. I think he's definitely He ought to have a really good game today.
Yeah, I think it'll be highly motivated.
Santiago, that could be the score. And wouldn't it be something if that's the score and then they get the late interception to seal it? Like Mikey picks another one off.
I mean,
something like that.
Man, some guys they need this game though. I know Joe Witt needs his defense. He needs it. I can see it in his pressure little by little. He's starting to. I think he's starting to see it. Like he's starting to.
Yeah.
I don't think he. I know he's safe. I think he's starting to. He's catch. I'll say this much. He's listening to like the outside noise. Like he knows that people are not happy with his work. He knows.
And they
like,
should.
That I do know. That I do know. Like he knows. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Santiago said that would be great. Yeah. Hey, folks in the YouTube chat, just make sure y'all like this video. But everybody like this video. I know most of y'all have already subscribed, so I'm not really like concerned with it. But like this video, it does well for the Commanders algorithm on YouTube. The more you like it, the more other folks can find us. So if you like it, we know that other folks can find us. But yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. Because the game's about to start, so we all want to go and enjoy it. But before we but also I want to make sure that y'all know we got the post game coming up right after the game. So you know what time it is. That should be roughly around 7:15.
Mute football night in America and listen to us.
Yeah, exactly. Mute that. I mean, I don't even know what that is. What is that, George? I don't know what that is.
That's the NBC.
I know what is that. I want to. Yeah, no. Oh, I know what I mean, George. I don't even know what that means. What is that? What is that? What is it? What is that? Like, don't even what? What do you even? Why is your channel even what? Why is your channel even going that way? No.
I miss NFL prime time so much.
You know what time it is? Like when the game is over, go to your phone or your laptop, or whatever, your Apple, your iPad. Just make sure you pull up. Yeah,
that's
pull up. That's all it is. I don't even know what the other stuff. I don't do. It's Monday night sometimes. I'm like, what are you? What? It's Monday night. What's on Monday night? I don't know. I know sometimes if we got a Monday night game, it's all burgundy and gold everything. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But yeah, make sure y'all pull up, man. And we'll be streaming on if you're on X, we'll be streaming on the Urban Sports Team X handle, but all platforms, especially YouTube, all burgundy and gold everything. So make sure y'all pull up roughly around 7:15. Right after the game, we should be going live. If anything, maybe 2 minutes or whatever, but we should be going live roughly right after the game. So make sure y'all pull up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search all burgundy and gold everything. Also tweet us at ABG_everything and hit us up on IG and TikTok at ABG_everything. And if you have not done this, make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Gold Everything YouTube channel as well. All right, hey, look what my man Mike saying. I'll see you guys post game after everybody break their TVs after say call. Yeah, man. Thanks. Hey, great show. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Mike.
Thank you, Michael.
Mike. Yeah. I mean, I'm just we'll see. Look, man, I'm being positive, man. I'm gonna be positive right now about Joe. That's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna be positive. Anyway, you've been listening to All Burgundy and Gold, everything powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia, for ages. A Yeti, deuces, hey, Commanders, we need this game, bro. We need this victory. So I'm letting you we need this in the worst way. So please beat the Dallas Cowboys. If you don't do this for the area, if you don't do this for us, you ain't doing this right. We need this game. All right. We out of here. Deuces. Peace.